Helping Hands International. H2I Touching Lives. H2I Empowering People. Hello, I am my humble self, Chukwuka Obeleagu, and in this week's episode of the training, I'm going to take you on the topic how to find leaders and how to work with non-leaders. Now, I'd like you to listen attentively to this training because there's going to be less write-up in this training. So I want you to listen more. You can download this and play it over and over again for you to understand more because this is very key to your duplication in your team. Now, in the previous training I've done on the part of the philosophy of the sower, where I talked about the parable of the sower, which you all know from the Bible, and also on the training last week that I did on duplication and team building. All this training led to this particular training I'm going to do today that will enable you focus your energy, your time. These are the best resources you have. Focus them on working with the right people, with the right leaders in your team, and at the same time how to work with non-leaders so that it doesn't seem that you've forgotten them or that you've leveraged them to succeed and at the end you drop them on the wayside. Okay, so I urge you to please listen attentively for this training. Now, for those of you who haven't ordered for a copy of my ebook, step-by-step guide how to launch your Helping Hands International business, you can contact me via WhatsApp, email, or visit the link to impute your order and request for a copy of your ebook. It's just $3, or if you're willing to pay in naira, you pay 500 naira. So you have a discount of 5 naira if you pay via e-wallet. Okay, so that said, move to today's training, how to find leaders. Now, the subsequent training I did before on leaders, I'm building on duplication and team building via leaders. I left out this part because I need to take this part very on its own, okay, so that you'll be able to focus to know how to find leaders in your team. Now, there is only one secret to finding leaders in network marketing, even in Helping Hands International, and that secret is prospecting. Let me repeat this again. The only secret in finding leaders that will help you duplicate the process and duplicate leaders too, the only secret is prospecting. And that's why prospecting is the money-making skill in network marketing and in Helping Hands International. Why prospecting? Now, prospecting is a numbers game. Okay, you're going through people, you're going through your network, you're going through the friends you're going to meet, you're going through the strangers you're going to meet from your cold market, so that you'll be able to sort through them to find leaders in your team. Okay, so most times you find people who are not interested. Most times you find people who have excuse. Most times you find people who have interest but have challenges in signing up. Meanwhile, they are very, very interested. Most times you find people who sign up and drop out along the way when things get tough. Most times you find people who look like leaders, but when things get tough, that they need to persist and be consistent, or even when everybody turns against them, they drop by the wayside. Okay? It's through doing the numbers that you'll be able to recruit that person who will still do his own numbers and still find leaders that will join his team. Not everybody you recruit in your team is a leader. Now, a leader doesn't mean that they just churn out results immediately, but a leader has characteristics. They have character. They want to learn. They are willing to change. Okay, they are willing to be great students so that they will now practice what is being taught, carry out the action, overdo what you told them to do. Okay, the activities will make you see them as leaders, that you keep them focus on them, give them your time, and when they duplicate results, and in that result, you also find leaders among that result. Now, the parable of the sower explains how to find a leader in the best, simplest form. Okay, just like the sower who sowed seed. Now, the wind, the weather, the ground, everything were constant. Now, the only difference in that picture, in the picture of the parable of the sower, is the sower. Why? Because he has the seed, and he consistently sowed the seed. He kept spreading the seed, despite the fact that some died by the wayside, some were picked by birds, some stunted growth due to thorns and weeds, some finally grew. Now, imagine how many seeds he had to sow for you to get that particular one that grew. Now, it didn't just grow into just a tree. It grew into a tree or a plant and brought forth fruits. Now, we all know oranges, we all know fruits. Every fruit has a seed in them. So he had to go through those seeds that didn't grow for him to find a particular seed that fell on the right ground, and the seed grew and gave birth to more seed. Now, that seed that grew is your leader in your network marketing business, in your helping hands business. Now, for you to be able to attract a leader, you have to become a leader. Why? Because you have to be consistent in what you're doing. You have to be a professional in what you're doing. You don't quit along the way because it gets tough. The sower didn't quit. If the sower had quit before spreading the seed that fell on the right soil, he won't have a tree or a plant which will grow and bear more seeds to him. So this basically summarizes how to find a leader. Just have to go through the number. Some of the leaders in network marketing, the network marketing niche, like Matt Morris, explain it by using cards. If you know the Joker cards they used to use in casinos, you have to go through for you to find an ace. The card with A as a symbol, whether it's black or red. Whether it's a spade, heart, or whatever, or you know how the signs are. So for him to find an ace in a deck of cards, you have to flip the cards before you find an ace. Now, in all those cards, you have about 4 aces. So imagine going through a card of about 20 cards, 20 decks of cards, 20 cards, a deck of cards, for you to find 4 aces. So that's how you find leaders in your business. That's why I keep telling anybody, if you want to succeed in Helping Hands International, stop brainwashing yourself with recruit 2 and those 2 will recruit 2. That is a perfect system. In life, there is no perfect system. The only best way to go about it is to recruit more. Why? Because when you recruit more, you have a better chance of filling up your matrix faster. You have a better chance of finding more leaders in your team. You have a better chance, you increase your chances of making more money, more referral income, faster matrix bonus, then a lot of matching bonus. Imagine recruiting 10 persons who are leaders and they replicate the process you have. You replicate the process of recruiting people, teaching them the process, and those people go ahead and still recruit people. Imagine 10 of them getting themselves from stage 2 to stage 3, and you're earning $100 on each of them. 100 times 10 is $1,000. Automatically, just from matching bonus of 10 persons, you've made 165,000 naira from that. Aside the matrix bonus, aside the referral bonus, you're still making. So whether you're still in stage 3, whether you're in stage 2, never stop recruiting. So with that said, I move on to how to work with leaders. Now, the best thing you ever do in your business is how to dedicate your time and energy to the right places. Now, when I mean dedicate your time and energy, Well, by the time you have a group of people in your team, I believe that your time, you only have 24 hours in a day. And out of 24 hours, you don't really have all of them to be productive in your business. So if you're a part-time person or you're a full-time person, definitely your hours are different. But there are hours where you're productive. Now, in that productive hours, how you leverage those hours, your time, how you leverage your time and your energy to work with the leaders in your team is very, very key to your growth in this business. Let me give you an example. You sign up someone who is energetic, who is passionate, okay, who is a leader, and from day one you saw these characteristics in him or her, and you know they can do the business, and they join you, but they lack the skill, they lack the knowledge. Now, because you've been able to achieve your referral bonus, because you've been able to move your metrics from point A to point B, you leave them by the side. You don't give them any guide for them to move the business forward. You don't give them backup when they need you to speak to a prospect. You don't even show up when you make appointments with them. Okay? Imagine what will happen. Now, these people are likely to do two things. They are likely to get tired of the business and move out, and trust me, they will badmouth network marketing because they feel they were used. Okay? Now, see another scenario. Another scenario that can play out is that they can leave your team and join another team. Leaders attract leaders. When a leader sees someone else who has leadership quality, they will go after them, and they may even ask them, please, I want to join your team. Why? Because they know that you can help them achieve results in their team. So whatever you're doing, if you listen to this recording, to this video, and you haven't develop the characteristics, you haven't gone through self-development or personal development to mold yourself in a leadership position, to start becoming a leader, start doing that now, because this will determine how far you go. It's not about how well, it's about how far. It's not about how fast you grow, it's about how far you go. So when I say spend your time and your energy with leaders, I don't mean forget the non-leaders in your team. No. But this is how you do it. Now, normal in a week, there's no week that goes by you shouldn't call your leader at least twice in a week to know what he or she is up to if you haven't heard from them. Now, you might add them to the WhatsApp group. You don't expect them to be very active in the WhatsApp group because they have other things in their life. So the WhatsApp group may be to add pictures, add information, do trainings, and the rest of them. Or they might be in the background listening. But how you know them is by their activity. It's about how they contact you when they need to speak to or contact you regularly, how they contact you or how much time they contact you to speak to a prospect on their behalf, how they call you to ask for information, how they quickly download your materials that you give to them, okay? How they quickly go to YouTube and learn about network marketing even without you training them. These are the things that will make you identify leaders in your team. So you start apportioning your time and your energy towards them. Okay? Now, they may be productive. If they are productive from day one, you give them your time and your energy. Leverage the opportunity and build their downline for them. Remember, you're Helping Hands International. If you have two great leaders, one on the left, one on the right, believe you me, your business will go far. But if you don't ignore them, if you ignore them from day one, if you don't nurture them, your business will remain stagnant because the non-leaders won't be able to do what a leader is required to do. A chicken can't do what an eagle is required to do, unless the chicken goes through serious personal development and evolve into an eagle. So that's why most people call network marketing business a personal development business. Why? Because you have to become more than you are when you enter into. When I started this business, the guy speaking on this video, okay, the person you're listening to now, was a different person when he joined the business. But because of the love I have for Helping Hands International, because I don't like quitting, because I want to learn more, I had to start doing a lot of personal development, YouTube, books, blogs, Google, to feed myself with information. So once you identify people in your team, give them your time, give them your energy, and guide them. Work with them. Be there for them when they need you. Go ahead and provide some resources free of charge for them, because they will make more money for you if you harness the energy, if you cultivate yourself in them, if you teach them what you know and guide them properly. That's why you're being paid matching bonus for each person who achieves success from stage 2 to stage 3. Because matching bonus in some network marketing companies are called leadership bonus. So now you know how to work with leaders. How do you now bring out time and fashion out energy for non-leaders? Now, a non-leader is someone. How do I identify non-leaders to you so that you know what I mean? A non-leader, despite the number of accounts he or she comes in with, is someone who doesn't do even the average in terms of activity. They don't show up for seminars. Provide a webinar link for them to leverage. They don't leverage. Teach them how to do social media. They don't do that. They may be lucky at the beginning and they were able to recruit people either because of their status or because of their influence over people. But when it gets tough, when they've exhausted their warm market and move into the cold market, despite the fact that you've given them Facebook advert, taught them a lot of things, they still don't perform to average. When you start calling them to know what's happening, why the sudden drop, they don't pick your call, don't return your call, they don't even return your messages. And maybe somewhere along the line, they may even leave the group. They start coming up with excuses. You're bombarding my WhatsApp with so many information. It's running my battery down. Stuff like that. They start becoming unavailable. Why? Because they've resigned themselves that they can't do this. They lose their focus. The next minute they start posting on your timeline, or they start posting on your WhatsApp group about other Ponzi schemes out there, on other online business, earn 2,500 by sharing this referral link. Crap like that, stuff like that. And you wonder, this is the same people who have time, who join the business with one account, multiple accounts, and still they are not willing to learn what it takes to do the business. They think there is always a secret somehow that you are getting success from the business. They forget that if you build your business correctly, if you build your brand, the brand is something I'm going to teach in one of the training that is going to come up. Because branding is very key. We are our brand. People don't buy Helping Hands International because of Helping Hands International competition plan. They don't join your team because of that. They join the team because of you. So you have to be more valuable. You have to be a brand leader for them to follow you and join you and help you succeed in your business. So now you know someone who is a non-leader in your team. How do you now work with them? Do you not delete them from your team? Well, if it gets to that, you can offload them from your team, but only when they violate on certain things. Because me personally, I remove people from my team who violate the rules of the team, like post the normal stuff we don't want. Because network marketing is a very beautiful environment where, regardless of your background, color, religion, we all come together towards the same purpose. So we try to reduce religious posts so as not to respect each other. We try to reduce, stay focused by not allowing all these get rich quick schemes that are flying up and down everywhere to be posted on our content, on our WhatsApp groups or any group at all. So when someone who is not active in the team, who is not even active in the group, who is not even showing up at all, who is not even contacting you at all for anything, comes into the WhatsApp group of people who are serious and start posting content not to distract them. My brother, my sister, those people are distractions. Weed them out. They are not leaders after the lives of your leaders. Your fragile leaders who are trying to believe in the business, get results, they start going after them. So if it gets to that, weed them out. I weed people out from my team. I don't care how much people I have in my team that are in the WhatsApp group. All I care about is if I have 10 people who are replicating the process of what I'm doing and getting other people to join the business, fine. It's best I work with them rather than having a team of about 1,000 persons and all of them, more than half of them are busy posting crap on the group where they're supposed to be having training, and not only training but getting information on helping us intentional, motivating each other, showing respect, showing love and all that, and somebody's busy distracting them. So this is one of the ways to work with your non-leaders. If they upset the activities of others in your group who are trying to get used to the business, remove them. Now, if they decide to stay and they're not active, I won't advise you to start. I'm not saying you shouldn't call them on the phone. At least call them once a week. But when you keep calling and there is no result, there's no change in activity, it looks like they are burnout, I urge you to let them be. And for us, if they are still in your WhatsApp group or your Facebook group, make sure you put out information there on a daily basis. They will read it, they might ignore it, but change. But you can't change anyone, you can't change someone. Change comes from within. Jim Rohn said something that was funny. He said, he created an organization and he employed people to work for him. But instead of him focusing on them working for him, he started trying to change them, and he almost died trying to do that. Jim Rohn. So you can't change someone. You can't change someone. They have to change themselves. But that doesn't mean you stop your own activity because someone who is a non-leader is not being participative anymore. Even if you're new and all the people you have are non-leaders, keep prospecting to find leaders. But if you decide to drop on the wayside like them, you're still a non-leader. So how can you lead people when you're not qualified, when you're a leader, when you're a non-leader yourself? So this is one of the mistakes people make in the business. They come in, they don't want to grow, they don't want to develop themselves, and they want to lead people to succeed. Now when those people start quitting, they start to blame them rather than looking at themselves and asking themselves, am I the right person to lead these people? How have I been any help to them? Have I developed a system that works for them? Or am I busy just looking for ways to earn referral bonus and move from stage 1 to stage 2, meanwhile neglecting the same people who join your business? So if you have no leaders in your team who are not participating actively, just keep them there. Some of the key people in this business today, Glitz, Divine G, we know all these people. Most of them weren't early boomers in their business. Okay, some of them came in with half beliefs in their business, but the belief picked up and they changed. They transformed from being non-leaders to leaders, and now they are one of the best leaders in the business, and their business are booming for their team members, and they're really working hard to boost their team. So this is how you work with non-leaders. Give them less of your time, call them once a week, remove them if possible, if they start being distractions like weeds to others who are participating. Keep your WhatsApp group or Facebook group active so that they still get information. So along the line, when they find enough why or enough reason and the belief system is high about the business, they can still renovate. They can still regenerate themselves and start building their business and decide to become egos rather than chicken. And automatically, still good for you, still good for your business, They still move you. Maybe at that time you may need to be in a certain stage, and they come back online, and voila, your results start changing. So this is how to identify and work with non-leaders. Now, for those of you who haven't ordered the copy of my book, Step by Step Guide How to Launch Your Helping Us International Business, please, I urge you to do that. Why? Because anybody who doesn't have, any team who doesn't have a duplicating process, any team who doesn't have a step by step guide for every new member who comes into their business is making a big mistake. Because the first 90 days is very crucial to the success of anybody who comes in new into your business. So you start by handing them the information that will guide them. And most importantly, from day one, let them start being independent of you. Why? It's not that it's not that you won't be there for them, but independent of you in terms of, going about the activities. Because it's by going about the activities and making some little mistake, okay, having a guide. Because if someone doesn't have a guide, they make a very big mistake and burn out their one market. But if somebody has a guide and they are building their business, if they make mistakes along the way, they are little mistakes in order to sharpen their skills and their ability. So that's why I'm encouraging you to get this book for your team member. Encourage them to buy theirs if possible. Thanks to God Love in Cameroon, who has pushed his team members to get their own copy. Why? For them to get commitment. People are not committed when they don't spend a dime to get something. So you might share it to them, they don't download it. They download it, they just read it like novels. They don't practice what is written in the book. So get every of your team members to get their own copy, okay, for their own sake, for your own sake too. You might be good in the business, but come on, you can't always be doing. You can't always be the one running everything. You're always the one doing everything for yourself, for your team members. Along the line, you're going to burn out. Believe you me. So it's best you get them started from day one. So that's why you need my book. You can order via WhatsApp. You can order via email. You can order through the website link on the page. So I also urge you to share this video with your team members. Ask them to subscribe to my channel. Okay, I run this training program on a weekly basis. Along the line, I'm gonna have to increase it to twice in a week. But because I still have to do my own prospecting, because I still have to do my other aspect of the business that I'm doing, in terms of running seminars, online, offline, learning, Google AdWords versus Facebook adverts, stuff like that, in order to help my team members and also help me improve and also help you, because what I learn is what I share with you, okay, to help you reduce the drastic mistakes you're going to make along the line and become better instantly. So if you're listening to this and you're sharing to your neighbor, you're being selfish. So stop being selfish or a seller of fish, and share this video or share the link to everybody in your team and get them to subscribe to this channel. So I thank you for listening to this week's training. Next week we'll be entering into December, and I have a special message for you for December, for the Christmas message, for your Christmas. Before we start going into Christmas, I have a special message for you. I'll also be with you during the Christmas period, okay? But just to give you a sneak peek into what is going to be in summary, okay? Christmas season is the best time to prospect. Don't go to bed. Recession and Christmas period are alike. During this period, people slow down. And I love it when they slow down, because they give room for guys like us who are active in our business to go after their prospects. And before they know it, their prospects join our business. And when they wake up to start prospecting those people, all the people in their network are already in our business. So I hope this is clear to you. So stay tuned for next week's training. I love you. Take care of yourself. Remember, stop being a seller of fish Share this and subscribe. Thank you.